2015年1月18日嘅2012榮耀盼望主日信息裏面，又話牧師提及最近國際先知 Joyner 喺講道嘅時候，勸說弟兄姊妹要為到將要嚟臨嘅災難作出預備。以下影片就係國際先知 Joyner 喺2014年10月17日分享一篇名為為2015年預備嘅3個方法。第一，為自己同埋家人儲備6星期至3個月嘅糧食同埋過濾食水嘅裝置。第二，為鄰舍預備，藉此收割帶佢哋信主。第三，為其他地方國家預備同埋收割佢哋。
Now, so level one, let's think of provision. Now, I've been telling our congregations for about 8 years now, start with 6 weeks supply of food and water. Try to get it to 3 months supply for your family, you and your family, and then keep on building it until you can start helping some of your neighbors. I said, you don't have to do this all at once, but if you can do it all at once, do it. But, we started a while ago. I said, just buy a couple of extra cans every time you go to the store that'll store, or some things, and just build your storehouse like Joseph and be prepared. But now a lot of time's passed and some of the stuff is coming upon us. We need to really consider, very intentionally having provision of food and water. Now we're going to provide a catalog too. These sources, these buckets that Jim Baker is selling, if you can get them from him, do it, order them. It's one of the best deals for food. And I was shocked, the food is good. I thought this is going to be like those MREs, and it's going to be, it is unbelievably good tasting food. They serve it in their restaurant there at, it's called Morningside, Jim Baker's place out in Branson. Now, if you can get those, that's great. We're going to be offering the same things. They've offered to let us, order from the same places, pass on the same great deals. You go out there and find it for retail, you're going to be paying a whole lot more. We're going to do that too for people's convenience, that we're building a catalog of resources that people can quickly and easily do this, and inexpensively, or less expensively. Water filters. Now, we've been distributing Seychelles water filters, and these are some of the most incredible things on the earth, but every missionary should have these, because you don't know where you go in the world what water has in it. You can drink out of these water filters, and they took it out to this lake, and some of our guys drank water out of our lake out here. Have you seen that lake? With all the geese and everything, it's too natural for me. But they drank right out. Now these Seychelles water filters, you can get as straws that totally filter the water. And you get the little cups. You see a lot of our people walking around with them, drinking out of them all the time. This is what they found. This was a study done. It reduces your pH level to drink through the Seychelles filters. There's a level that your pH level is reduced to that cancer cannot grow in your body. And these are effective for doing that. That's why our people are drinking from them all the time. And so things like that, very inexpensive. We need to start thinking this way, okay? Other resources. But after ourselves, number 2, preparedness, we're going to be teaching on all these levels. It's love your neighbors. Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, when he was asked the greatest command. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. That's first. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself. So we've got to think about our neighbors, and this is where the harvest. This is going to be one of the greatest opportunities for harvest. And level 3 is the harvest, where we start looking beyond just our neighbors, just our own neighborhoods. What can we do to help other nations prepare? What can we do? You read what happened in Sierra Leone. The way this thing happened so fast. When that, the first reports, they said Ebola, it's way over there. It's miles away from us. We don't have to worry about it. So they didn't do anything to prepare. Then it came to their village. And then they actually were put in a 7-day lockdown. Now businesses started shutting down all over the place, where you couldn't just run to the store and get stuff. If you didn't have it, you weren't getting it. And then they were put in a 7-day shutdown. These are people who most of them live every day waking up, how am I going to eat today? They didn't have 7 days worth of food stored. They didn't have water. This was a death sentence on many people to be shut in for 7 days. They found out that's not working. Now we know, or we're hearing, the gestation period for Ebola could be up to 42 days. Think of being locked down for 42 days. There have been 4 countries so far that had Ebola breakouts and they became Ebola free. I don't know if you saw this in the news. 4 nations. Nigeria, we talked about Nigeria was one of them. It broke out there. They dealt with it. They cut it off. They shut it off. You know how they did? All 4 of these nations, when they were asked, how did you do that? They said it was the quick response, it was the isolation, but it was securing the borders. They said securing the borders is number 1. All right, think of that. How about, that was of nations. How about when there's a breakout of something and you can't get out of your town? You can't get out of your city. People, it's not a lack of faith to start thinking about these things now. And to prepare. Prepare now. You can do it in faith, not in panic. Seek the Lord for strategy. We're going to be sharing strategies. You can go to our website. We're going to be think about doing this way and different things you can do. There are other people that are miles ahead of us preparing, but we want to be taken care of. We want to be at the place where every one of us don't have to worry about these things because we're ready. We're putting together these little backpacks where you can throw in your car and it's got 4 days worth of food and water, blankets, fire, different things that you need to survive. So if you're caught 4 days away, you can get home. Things like that we've got a lot of people they've been in situations, they know how this happens, what unfolds. So, why reinvent the wheel? That's parts they've been shown, and we want to start passing this information, being a resource for all of these things. But I tell you, we need to think preparation.
明顯地，先知 Joyner 確實接收到神嘅警告，就係要為將來作出準確預告。基督徒有耳可聽嘅就應當聽，而先知嘅角色亦只係聽到神嘅警告之後發出呼聲。因此，先知 Joyner 喺發出警告之後，只能夠與另一位國際先知 John Paul Jackson 一樣，給予有限度嘅答案，就係儲備數個月嘅糧食、食水同埋現金。極其量呢啲只係會讓基督徒免於喺大災難裏面變成災民嘅其中一份子。但係唯有執政嘅教會先會有住神全備嘅信息，喺災難裏面唔單止唔會成為難民，仲會好似約瑟一樣成為國家嘅答案，並且敵擋非美神同埋敵基督嘅計謀，成為無依人嘅師傅。